Hello and welcome to Property Pundits with me, Gemma Forte, and my guest, Piragash Sivanesan, who's from Totem Finance. Welcome along.
Thank you for having me.
So the first question is, what is bridging finance?
Bridging finance is kind of short-term finance. But the definition that I really like is kind of interim finance. When you're first looking at a project and you're thinking, I'm not sure a high street lender is going to be able to do this, bridging can actually come in and be that interim and then move on to the next step. The other thing I would say is it does tend to be a little bit more expensive than your traditional finance because really it's risky because it can happen at speed.
Okay, so why would someone use bridging?
One, speed. The average bridging transaction, especially the ones that we work on, can happen really between 1 and 4 weeks.
Wow.
That's a completely different way of kind of funding your deal. The other thing that comes to mind is really the type of asset. So something slightly obscure like someone wants to buy a church and convert it, or an observatory, for example, or even more classically, it could be a house that's really run down. There's no kitchen, there's no bathroom. So a high street lender looking at that says, sorry, we can't lend.
Yeah.
But a bridging lender will actually look at it very differently, very pragmatically. And again, why are they doing that? Well, it's a slightly higher rate than the traditional lender, but they'll actually get the deal done. And the thing that really excites us at Totem Finance on this is that it unlocks projects. You know, there are guys sitting at home who are thinking, I'm not sure how we can get on the property ladder. But actually, sometimes you can fund a deal using bridging whereby maybe you've got an absolute steal and it's worth much more. And so actually borrow based on a much smaller deposit, which can kind of unlock stuff.
So it could solve lots of problems.
Exactly.
And last but not least, why would someone use Totem Finance as opposed to other companies? What's your USP?
We spend all our time researching to find out who's FCA regulated, who's a fund, who are the private individuals that will lend. And it's not just about, when the rate's so high, it's really important that you choose the right lender, that the exit's right. You know, what happens if it doesn't quite go to plan? What does the documentation say? And most importantly, what we quite like doing is we like making sure that the loan draws down. It's not just saying, here's a rate, here's a term, goodbye. It's actually saying, well, look, we're going to work with you and make sure that until that loan draws down, you know, we'll be there. And for me personally, you know, I left a career in corporate banking to kind of really work with SMEs and individuals. The reason is fundamentally, you know, the thing that excites us is making a difference to the lives of those types of individuals.
Thank you so much for speaking to us today. Thank you very much.